Hello everyone. In this video, we are planning to learn a new attribute which are single threaded. Before watching this video, you can understand how can parallel testing works in TestNG from my last video. Let's understand single threaded attribute more. So let's understand with a demo of parallel testing which we also see in our last video. So if you have not watched that video, you can understand it here quickly. So there are two classes which I took. First is parallel testing 1, another is parallel testing 2. In parallel testing 1, I have @test annotation at the class level where I am running these two methods, and in the parallel testing 2, I put the @test annotation in parallel testing 2 class level, and there are also two methods. Okay, in this parallel testing 2, I am launching Gmail and LinkedIn. In parallel testing 1, I am launching Google and YouTube. So when I am running this XML file, we will see that all the four methods will run in parallel because we have used parallel equals to methods in this XML file. So when I launched this, we can see the four websites were launched: LinkedIn, YouTube, Gmail and Google, and we can see the four instances of Chrome were launched according to the logs. And if we see, there are two of them are remaining, and the test is almost about to complete. So there are four test cases run where four test cases are passed. Cool. Now I have a new requirement where I have to run parallel testing 1 in a single thread. I don't want to run this class at a parallel mode. So I want this class to run at the parallel mode, parallel testing 2 class to run in parallel mode. Let me write parallel, and this class I have to run in single thread. Cool. Okay. Now I have to run, a requirement is that I have to run this class in a single threaded mode and this class in parallel mode. Okay, so either you can put this test method at the class level. If you put this at the class level, all the methods in this class becomes a test method, and all the methods will be count as a test. Okay, and if you put this instead of, if you put this at the method level, then only this method will count as a test method. This method will not count as a test method. Okay, now I'm just making it at the class level, and to use this at the single threaded at the class level, what we have to do, there is an attribute which we call as single threaded, and we have to mark this thread to true at the class level. Okay, now let me show you that what is the default behavior of single threaded. Default behavior of single threaded is false. By default it is false, and we have changed it to true. Okay, now let me run this and see how the output becomes different after using this attribute single threaded. So you can see only Google, Gmail and LinkedIn were launched. Okay, let me show you. In this parallel testing one, Google and YouTube were there. In parallel testing 2, Gmail and LinkedIn were there, but only Google were launched from this parallel testing 1 because we have made this class as a single threaded, and this class is multi-threaded. So that's why Gmail and LinkedIn were launched in parallel. Now if we scroll down, after some time there is a thing where YouTube were launched. After this method were completed, then YouTube were launched. Okay, so this is the way to run the test cases uh, uh, either in a single threaded mode, or if you want to run the test cases in a parallel mode, then you can use single threaded is equals to false, which is the default behavior. If you want to use the test cases in a single thread mode, just use the single threaded equals to true. Okay, there is another thing which I would like to show you about the single threaded, and which is very important to understand, that if the single threaded true set it to true, all the methods on this test class are guaranteed to run in the same thread even if the tests are currently being run with parallel equals to true. Okay, make sure that this attribute can be only used at the class level and will be ignored if used at the method level. This is a very important point, because what people do, people used ideally at the method level, and which makes an error, because if you use this attribute at the method level, then there is a no use case and it will be marked as ignored. Okay, so just whenever you have to use the single threaded attribute, make sure to use at the class level instead of method level. Okay, so that's all about single threaded attribute. Thank you.